Shalom Aleichem. My name is Shlomo Abrams, and I'd like to share with you a beautiful insight from the Netziv. The Parshas Re'eh, teaches us about the mitzvah of Ma'aser Sheni, that the farmers would bring their second tithing to Yerushalayim to be consumed in Yerushalayim. The pasuk goes on that through this mitzvah, Leman Tilmad Le'yira Es Hashem, that they would be able to increase their Yira Shamayim. And the Netziv explains, what does it mean? What's the connection between bringing the second tithing and eating it in Yerushalayim, that through that mitzvah you would increase, you would grow in your Yira Shamayim? Netziv answers that the farmers would typically bring their produce during the time of the Yomim Tovim, when there is a mitzvah to be Ola Regel, to go to Yerushalayim. And inevitably, because of all of their produce, they would actually end up spending extra time in Yerushalayim. And when they would spend that extra time, they would be around Talmidei Chachamim, great Torah scholars. They would be around the Kohanim, who they would share the Ma'aser with and eat it together with such great company that would impact their Yira Shamayim. Because when you're around great people, you become great. When you're around people who are great and live with Yira Shamayim, automatically you grow in your Yira Shamayim. This is an idea that I'm sure we can all relate to. Unfortunately, now it's not so simple to go visit Yerushalayim. But those of us who had the opportunity to go there, we know that when we go to Yerushalayim and we come back, we feel the difference. We feel the growth that we have when we are in Yerushalayim, being around great people. I'll never forget when I was 18 years old and I was trying to decide if that was the right time to go and learn in Eretz Yisrael in Yerushalayim. My father, and I was speaking it over with my father, and he said to me, "You got to go now because I want you to be around great people." My father learned by Reb Chaim Shmulevitz in the Mir Yeshiva, and maybe at the time I didn't know what he meant by great people. But I look back on my years in Eretz Yisrael, I realized exactly what he meant. I'll share with you one incident. When I was in Eretz Yisrael learning in Kola, I learned by my Rebbe Berkowitz, and I remember I once went to visit him one Shabbos, and he was getting ready for a very high-level shiur that he was about to give, and his house was hustling and bustling. There was people visiting, there were people asking shilas, there were a lot of neighbors and guests, and his tiny apartment, and yet he was sitting there with this peace of mind getting ready for his shiur. And I had the chutzpah to ask him and say, "Rebbe, don't you ever feel like you could use a little extra space?" And he said to me something I'll never forget, which shows what it means a great person. He pointed to his head and he said, "If I have space up here, then I can have space everywhere." That's what it means to be around great people. And that's what the Netziv explains, that the reason why the farmers would grow in their Yira Shamayim is through the process of joining and bringing all their produce and hanging around great people. They would grow and they would become great in their Yira Shamayim. Thank you so much.